Are we ready to get danked?
Get dank.
Get dank.
I think we need to work on how we align that. Do we need to be like 1, 2, 3, get dank?
What's
I
the
think I
vibe?
need a word to prep me.
Okay.
You need like
Be
the
ready
ready
to
to go.
speak.
What's your code word?
You need a cue.
Safe word.
Yeah.
Thank you. A cue.
Okay. What's our cue? Don't all shout it out at the same time. And we gotta get dank. What's going on?
Let's get dank.
Take time.
Welcome to the DANK Pod, the podcast where 4 Disney adults and no kids share their magical adventures. Join us as we explore the enchanting parks, savor Mickey-shaped treats, and ride Space Mountain without worrying about height restrictions. Disclaimer, this podcast is purely for entertainment purposes. We love kids, but sometimes we just want to ride the teacups without them. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get dank.
On today's episode of the Dank Pod, we'll find out a little bit more about Lilo and Stitch. We have some penetrating stuff to discuss. We get the secret backstory to Jack Sparrow. We head outside the Berm, talk a little bit about Epic Universe. There's some new changes to the name tags at Universal Studios. And then we'll hit some social media stuff. I would like to be surprised by Natalie's day at the park.
What
I
are
don't
your
know if I'm gonna be able to
expectations
share that.
around the word surprise?
Well, he
Story
knows
time?
nobody else does.
Yeah,
not
story
crazy.
time. She'll tell us.
It's-
She can tell us a story.
It's the Disney news.
I love this. What's first in what's our first stop in the Disney news?
Well, you guys, new stuff. Have you heard of what previews out there for the live action?
I haven't.
No, I haven't.
Dare to tell us.
Well, the new Lilo and Stitch trailer came out. You get really great looks at Stitch running around being his self. They show you him crashing down to Earth. Lilo looks super cute. I'm already like her friend. They're already being mean to her. So this Memorial Day in theaters May 23rd. Is this did they have the release date before?
Yeah. It's been May
Okay,
20. I
okay.
feel like it's May 26th. Is that what it is? I
Third.
can't read it. 23rd. Yeah.
23.
Yeah. I knew it was the end of May. I'm not sure if I knew it was like Memorial Day week. But yeah, the date I thought had been released some time ago. There's a
Really
big
fun.
controversy though. Have you guys heard the negative feedback from the trailer? Do you know what it is?
Oh,
Was it
man.
Stitch wiping
Is
his
it
ass
regarding
on
the
the floor?
Hawaiian culture?
None of that. Nope.
Ooh,
Anyone
what
guesses?
is
What can you
it?
say, Jonathan?
Wait. It's going to be that. Let me finish the trailer. Let me see.
I think all in all, he looks really good. Like this doesn't feel
Are
like
they
Sonic
mad
the
because he
Hedgehog.
looks too real?
Nope. Mm-mm.
What's the problem?
The
What's wrong with
problem.
Karens now?
Our problem, I said maybe I do feel this way. Our problem is that our main guy, Pleakley, doesn't cross-dress in the live action the way that he does in the cartoon. And people are big mad about it
Wait, but we only got this from a preview. How do we know he's not going to do some
because they
cross-dressing
show
in
the
movie?
scene, apparently. At some point in the trailer, they
Where
show
he
the
was
scene
supposed to
where
wear a different outfit.
yeah. So in the actual cartoon, in the animated film, Pleakley dresses as a female presenting
Right,
human
to blend in.
quote unquote. And in the live action, he is decidedly not. And so maybe it changes, right? Like maybe there's more than one outfit change for Pleakley.
Right.
But the initial feedback was, how dare Disney take this experience away from us? This is ruining it for us entirely. I saw so much on the socials about it this weekend. People were big mad.
Right.
Big
I mean,
mad.
he really is the comic relief, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny.
Yeah, I think that this was one of the gay couples that the Beards pointed out for us.
No, not in this one.
I mean, it could still be.
It could be. You're right. Like what they
It could
showed
just-
behind the scenes and or in the trailer might not be all that we see of our dude
Right.
Pleakley. But other than that, I mean, I think the feedback's been that was the big guy with the melting ice cream.
Here's what we can't tell, right? So just because it's not cross-dressing, that
It
doesn't
looks
that.
like he's grabbing his crotch, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It
kind of
doesn't-
He's
from
hitting
this
the
shot.
button on his belt.
These two could still be dating.
that mistake,
I'm
It-
just saying,
it may
it
not
was
be-
not about the gaydom. It was about the cross-dressing.
He looks a
and
little
the fact that it was
flamboyant here.
removed.
You don't think this is a flamboyant still?
That's not necessarily what the topic of discussion was. He wore a wig and a dress in the animated feature,
He's
and
still
people
not
are
I
wearing
saw
pants
this
either.
thing on
He's
Instagram.
got 2 tongues.
It's this dad, and he's like, My son said he wanted to wear a dress to go see, I don't know, Frozen or whatever,
Mhm.
or Frozen 2. And he was like, no, you're not doing that. And then the next thing is Alone. And then you see them both walking in a dress.
Mhm.
I
To
think
go
that's
see
another
it.
one. Yeah.
There's our nephew likes dresses. I'm not and high heels.
Well, because that's what he's exposed to, right? So his big sister is his whole world. They're, 2 years apart, and her entire collection is princesses and dresses and, those clip-clop high heel princess shoes. And he struts around in those things better than anybody else in the house does. I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, he's got more balance than all of us.
That's because he has no fear.
No fear.
That,
No fear.
He's brave.
Babies don't have fear.
No, he doesn't know. He doesn't fall down. Like,
babies
catch him.
don't know to be scared. Like babies don't know like if this equals danger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've set him up for
Okay.
failure. He comes over and touches our fireplace, right on the fire, because it's fake fire behind glass. He's just like, this is
Yeah.
good fire. And then when he sees fire in real life, he's like, I know this. This is safe to put my hand in.
He's a water
My
sign.
gosh.
Yeah.
Water. I'm a water sign. Water sign.
That tracks.
What's up next?
Next up, it is the 25th anniversary of Disney pin trading.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna get January
25,
to join the fray soon.
I have plans. I have
There
plans
are
for
plans.
January.
I'm very suspicious.
Mhm.
So 2025 marks 25 years since Disney pin trading officially began. So they are celebrating in style. But this particular article goes over, what an actual Disney pin is, what Disney pin trading is like. You can go to either park, right? Or any
Any
actual
of the parks, including Disney Springs.
I was gonna say Disney Springs, but also like the Disney like merch stores, even like the outlets will do pin trading. So
Mhm.
all you have to do is have something that you're willing to trade, and the cast members will trade with you. And some of those, if you're lucky enough, are like specialty collectibles. Like there are pins that only the
Yeah.
cast members have.
Mhm.
Yeah, hidden Disney sets. That's only
I
them.
used to. I'm sorry. Go ahead. So rude.
No, you had to stop.
How-
You had to.
how
you had
dare
to
you.
set it out.
How dare you?
No.
It's okay, baby. Go. Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
No, I was just like echoing what Ashley was saying, that it's really cool that Disney's going to offer hidden sets only that the cast members have. So it does drive you to trade with them.
The article goes on to say that the tradition started 25 years ago during the Millennium Celebration at Epcot, and since then, millions of Disney pins have been circulated. Each board and accessory has different pins. They change by the minute, so you never know what you might find. And it's hard. We found very recently that it's actually really hard to shop for these online. For the most part, you have to go to the parks. You have to experience with other pin traders. You have to go and like physically search for them. There's not a lot of product like online for sale.
Right. Yeah, and that's driving the
Yeah.
business to the park.
One thing I'd like to do is I want to play a game.
A game.
With
All right,
January.
Tell me more.
Oh yeah, this is a good game. So there are different ways to trade pins, and I feel like the best way to get January into it is to begin with a game. So we will be setting January up with a standard base set of pins, and we will ask January, maybe it's trade across the entire calendar, meaning you start with a pin, look for a pin that starts with a J for January. And then you move to the next spot. You're looking for a pin that starts with an F for February. Or you trade the alphabet in its entirety. We spend the day chasing that down. Or we spend the day chasing
Yeah.
down your name, January, something. We'll make you pick it. But
Okay.
I think we need to play a pin trading game to really anchor your spirits in that. Were you going to say something and I missed it or glossed over it? I apologize. Jump in here, Natalie.
No, I was just listening.
That's my favorite part about you.
You're a good listener.
Great listener. She does the warmest listening.
The warmest.
The warmest.
This is true.
Thanks.
So anyway, happy pin trading, people.
Happy pin trading.
25 years. You get drunk with your pins these days. Up next, I discovered this week the secret behind Captain Jack Sparrow, his backstory. There was we'll include a link in our show notes, but roughly about 11 minutes into the scene, we see Jack with Lord Beckett, and they are talking about their original relationship. So Jack at one point was contracted to work for Lord Beckett in the East India Trading Company, and he had the ship called the Black Pearl, and it was designed to move cargo. And at one point, that cargo were slaves, and Jack liberated it. And because he has a moral compass. At which point, Lord Beckett took offense and sank the Black Pearl. And he makes mention of this. It's a very brief scene where Lord Beckett is standing at the window in his cabin. Jack is searching in the containers for the heart of Davy Jones, and this is in
No,
Our
he's looking
World's
for
End.
the compass.
No, he's looking for the heart of Davy Jones in this one. So as he's searching in each container for the heart of Davy Jones, Lord Beckett says, "You had cargo that you liberated," and Johnny Depp, aka Jack Sparrow, says, "People aren't cargo, mate." And then he remarks about seeing the last time he saw the Black Pearl was as it was sinking in a fiery wreck. And that's when Jack made the deal with Davy Jones. He freed those 100 souls and then brought that ship back. The Black
Jack is the
Pearl,
realist. I love Jack.
right?
I like when what is it, the Black Pearl, the first one, right? When
Mhm.
Orlando Bloom, like, kind of like not even imitated, but he's like, "You're right." He does a good job. He does a good job.
I definitely enjoyed the storyline of the Pirates of the Caribbean, the cinematic one. A cinematic one. I don't know that I really enjoyed the ride at Disney World.
It is. It's one. It's one of. Isn't it
It's
an original
old.
ride?
Yes.
And
Right?
It's a yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, are you like bored of it, or you think it's dated? What are your reasons? Why don't
Do you want more thrill?
Or more
do
story.
you want?
I don't. It's just not. It's
What can make it better for you?
a more modern approach. I think I would want to. So what I enjoy.
When I said, is it dated? And then you said no. So technically, yes. And let's move forward. Okay.
She's a good listener. I don't know, like, if it serves a purpose, right? So it does what it needs to do. It helps it provides entertainment for park guests of all ages. You don't have to be a specific height. You don't have to be of a certain age. You can just show up and be on that ride and be cool. It taps out in terms of entertainment value for me, but I appreciate the effort and the energy that went into assembling that ride. The sky, the cannon, the fire, the fake fire. How do you control fake fire, right? The set decor, how the ride has evolved over time to incorporate Jack
It's
Sparrow.
just not your cup of tea, is what
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
saying.
you just don't like the ride because I mean, like, do you like Peter Pan?
No.
Exactly. So these rides aren't for you. It's not a them problem. You just don't like the ride.
Correct. When I go on those rides, I don't go on those rides for me. I go on those rides with
I
other
enjoy
people.
those rides.
Yeah, and I would go on that ride for you. And the whole time I'm on that ride, I'm not going to be like, "Oh, I fucking hate this ride."
What do we do with Small World with us?
Yeah,
Yeah, he loves It's a Small World.
I don't necessarily
Doesn't love
love.
Small World.
I don't necessarily love
the
It's a
same
Small
ride.
World. I love.
It's the same ride.
This is the most emotion we've seen out of
And with
January
less-
ever.
This is
It's just different decorations.
I,
go ahead, baby. And
Lay into
Pirates is
me.
a little mini dip.
yeah, Pirates has a little mini dip. It's not the same ride.
You're,
It's more cultural.
they're both boat rides that go super slow with animatronics surrounding them.
Yeah,
Is it the animatronics?
it's I just like the set decor in It's a Small World more.
Do you think that it was when they made the transition to align it with the movies? Is that where they lost you?
To align which one with the movies.
Is there a Small World?
I think in Disneyland, It's a Small World is a little bit more anchored to IP than in Disney World. I don't know if they've actually made that transition over to Disney World for it, but we're way off topic for the moment here. Take a picture of yourself
yeah.
when it text us.
Jack and the deleted scenes. Well, I'm glad that Jack has a moral compass. I'm glad he has that value.
Jack is the fucking man. Everybody, I love Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, I do enjoy his spirit and his ability to stand up and push back against the machine. Yeah.
And he's funny. while
Even
he
though you
gets
hate
it.
their ride, that's not.
I don't hate the ride. I'm just not like,
It's not your jam. It's
yeah,
cool.
I'm not trying to show up just for that ride.
What is? No, different conversation. It's fine.
She's going to ask what is my favorite ride there. Favorite ride at Disney World Magic Kingdom is probably, it's two, caught between two. One being the Carousel of Progress. January is flabbergasted. And the other one being Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, some people have a strong opposite reaction to the carousel of progress.
Mm-hmm.
I recently heard they would like to go on any ride but that ride.
Yeah. For me, it's the song.
For me,
I
it's,
like
I
Carousel
like to see the
Progress.
history of it. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I like how they, and then I'm like, damn, that dog is old. You know,
The whole time. No dog lives
But
that long.
they update some of the modern thing at the end, so it's cool to kind of see like what they include at the modern
Mm-hmm.
segment.
You saw that they included a Tesla.
Ma'am.
Just kidding.
I was thinking, imagine that they did.
Could you imagine?
Nah, don't imagine.
Yeah.
What do you
All right. You know what it's time for? It's time to...
Check that slot.
check the slot?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's the cue.
I failed
The
miserably.
cue.
Yeah, she had the cue. She missed the cue. January, give me a belated slot check.
Slot check.
Am I the only one that thinks it's something like slut? Is that, no.
No, well, we're not talking about sluts today. The Beards have not emailed
Not
us.
today.
The Beards have had a busy week. We're not their only podcast.
Ugh.
We're not
Not
the
their
only ones they
only
listen to.
Mm.
You know, we have to share them.
They have to spread their fandom.
They have to spread. Right. Thank you, Ashley.
We're
Everybody needs
entertainment.
we're taking applications for new fans.
Don't you dare.
If you like to send us an email and give us our thoughts so we can check our slot, send it to us at thedankpod@gmail.com. Good job.
Gmail.com.
Ooh, that was in Espanolish.
Yes.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Is it time to go outside the berm?
Take us outside the berm.
Ooh. I was like,
We are solidly 2 months out now, right? 2 months?
Roughly about 2 months.
Roughly 2
Right.
months before the Epic Universe opening at Universal Studios Orlando. And they have finally dropped some of the new merch lines for the different areas, the different worlds, so to speak. And so up first, How to Train Your Dragon. Look at this shit. Look at that. Look at these guys. So we have a little plushy Toothless that comes in an egg.
oh, that's cute.
Right over there.
That
We've
is
got a
cute.
snazzy drawstring backpack. That's one of the dragons. I don't remember which. We've got pillows galore that are dragons and dragon egg like, and t-shirt. And I'm
That's
I'm
probably you're
stoked.
just scratching the surface here.
I literally am. There's a whole Toothless line that's not in this thread. We're going to be in trouble financially. If we scroll on over, they've dropped some Ministry of Magic merch, which is also very exciting. It's a world, it's a part of the wizarding world of Harry Potter that we've been exposed to before in the movies, but not necessarily in the parks. So there's an aura hat, there's jackets, there's notebooks. I don't know what that is. A
They have a
towel?
wand holder. Do you catch that?
They are people are super stoked about finally listening to the feedback of needing wand holsters. It's something that folks have been clamoring for, I think, for many, many
Clamoring.
years. Yeah, you like that one.
Mm.
And there's actually a bunch of options. They only show one in here, but I've seen other things on the socials.
Mhm.
So very
I
excited.
would totally get a holster.
I got a pro tip for holding your wand. If you have a lanyard or something like that, you can take, the chapstick holders?
No.
Little keychain, neoprene chapstick holders. You can put them on your
okay.
keychain. They're usually about like 2.5 inches long. If you just snip the bottom of that one, you can then slide the wand straight through that, and then it'll clip to your
Right through the
lanyard,
slot.
and you're nice and good right there in the slot.
Right there in the slot.
Good.
Next up is Dark Universe, which is going to be Epic Universe's monster area. And we're going to see Frankenstein and what's the swamp thing's name?
Swamp.
No, that's not his name. Bride of
Swampy.
Frankenstein, Dracula,
The creature from the Black
the
Lagoon.
creature from the Black. There were so many words there. I was not going to get that. Sorry,
okay,
guys.
yeah.
So we're starting to see some merch drop for that. Backpacks, posters, shirts. We have a friend that's very, very excited for this world.
It's not me.
Not Jonathan, but he's going. And then last but not least,
Boom, 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 boom,
Super
boom.
Mario and Friends. And so I don't think this picture does the merch justice.
It
We
doesn't.
see some shirts and pillows and cups and mugs here. I've seen some really neat like popcorn buckets and purses and
What came out a while back was the princess headband. It was
Headband.
very much like Disney does their ears, but has is it a little blonde tuft at the top and the crown?
So, yeah, I was gonna
and
say it's
then-
like you see a little bit of the blonde hair but it's a solid, and then it's the crown with a veil. But then what was really cute was that there was like little
The
ball
blue earrings.
that kind of like
Aw.
hung down or hung on the side of the headband.
Mm-hmm.
And we bought one for my niece, and she thought it was the cutest thing.
It's really good.
It was a little cartoony without being like
Over the top.
over. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm excited for this.
yeah. I think thematically, it's going to be really,
Mm-hmm.
really cool side of Epic Universe. So I was excited for the merch drop. I think we're starting to see more and more of it, especially with the How to Train Your Dragon World, which is arguably going to be my favorite.
Along that same vein or line of thought,
I mean, this entire segment is going to be that line of thought.
see if I can get it zoom in here fast, large enough here for you. Our friend Emilio from Ecuador is displaying in the Universal Islands of Adventure lighthouse as the backdrop the new Universal Orlando Resort team member name tags. It looks so for a lot of people, you might look at it from a distance or briefly and think, oh, this is nothing new and exciting. But on this pin is the Epic Universe park icon has been added to the name tags.
Is that how all the name tags looked before? Does mine is Epic Universe, or is that like
Last year they did something similar. Disney has a similar thing where they have like the Tree of Life and the castle and stuff like that in a similar outline. And Universal does, of course, Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure. They do like each park is represented, including Volcano Bay. And so now Epic Universe is added on there. So it's a super
Very
cool.
exciting.
So epic.
Absolutely.
Can you believe it?
I'm
No.
I
stoked.
feel like when it's so it's in May.
May
So,
22nd.
ironically, right around when Stitch drops.
Yeah,
Is when
so
Epic
you're gonna go
Universe
to the park
opens,
and
yeah.
watch Stitch.
Different parks.
Different parks, yeah.
Yeah. They probably won't show
theater
that.
right there, y'all.
Yeah,
City
they're
Walk.
probably not
means
showing
because
that
City
there.
Walk has the
City Walk has
Black
a theater.
Legend.
Well, but no, Epic Universe isn't anywhere near City Walk. We're gonna. That's a
Well, I
whole
mean, it's
different locale.
near-ish. It's just not right there.
Ish,
Yeah. Yeah. They have their own setup there. But yeah, it won't be connected directly to City Walk.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
They
Disney. We
won't?
got to take a bus to another park.
A bus.
Wow.
For the first time. Yeah, we'll have to take a bus to another
We're
park.
gonna have to pay attention. What the fuck is going on
Yeah.
over there, January? Like,
It's
haven't been
okay.
there
It's gonna be a
forever.
little unsettling for us because we're not used to having to travel to a different park when it comes to Universal. Like we just walk in between the parks.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't even
Just
take the
take yourself.
train over
No,
there.
So
we
as-
walk.
as pass holders, do you guys get like? Did you guys get first access to buy tickets or not?
So we did get access to buy single day tickets because it's not part of our annual pass. Whereas non-pass holders had to buy multi-day tickets, meaning, but not even like multi-epic day tickets. It had to be, like 3 or 4 day Universal Islands of Adventure and 1 day of Epic. So they had to put more down in the beginning to be able to experience it, whereas we were able to buy single day Epic tickets.
Mhm.
But the queue was pretty brutal. We
Almost didn't get in.
because it was just like you had to log in on a date and cross your fingers that you made it through the queue, but they didn't tell us what time the tickets were going to drop. So I think you
Right.
woke me up at what, 4:30?
Yeah, it's like 4:30
AM?
a.m.
4:30,
Yeah,
and
to buy the
suddenly
tickets.
And
Yeah.
the queue was open, and we both just immediately jumped to try to get in the queue, and you had to keep refreshing and refreshing because it wouldn't always let you in. And I think finally you got through, or was it me?
I can't remember. but
I
we
can't
got through.
remember. Yeah, we got through.
it was a blur.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, it was pricey, but we did get
It
first
wasn't
day.
terrible, but we did get opening day.
Yeah, we got opening day, which is what we wanted. So we'll be calling out on that Thursday. Love you, bye. We'll send you pictures. But yeah,
Opening
so
day.
yeah, so it'll be on a Thursday, and then the following week we actually leave for Kansas. So
That's a great way to
times.
start your Kansas trip.
yeah, we're super stoked.
Are you taking off that Friday?
I
not.
haven't.
I'm going
thought-
back
no,
to work. I'm trying to use the least amount of PTO possible each time.
Yeah,
You're so funny, as if you're constantly on the go. Like,
the
I-
Kansas trip
I
is
know. brutal,
brutal, and we've just started to take a little bit more time after that to recover. So I think I'd rather save some time for that, especially because payroll is probably.
Yeah, I think what we used to do is like we used to go out and like just hit it and come back.
We used to
And-
leave on a Wednesday, get there on Thursday. You'd barely have Friday to settle in. You race on Sunday. You race on Saturday for 12 to 16 hours.
Leave on Sunday.
Leave on
come-
Sunday. Drive another 24
4.
to 6 hours home. We'd get home late on Monday and then back to work on Tuesday. It was pretty brutal. We're not young anymore.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore either.
No, I think now we come back on Wednesdays.
Come back on. No, we come
Last
back,
year we came back
we come back
later.
on Monday.
No, I meant to work.
Oh, yeah, we take an extra day.
I think
or two
last
to
I was going to say
recover.
last year we came home, we recovered, we went to Disney World on a Wednesday,
Yeah,
and then
I
went
think
back to
I
work
think
on
we're
Thursday.
thinking about doing the same thing again. All right, sweet.
Next up,
Shit.
back to How to Train Your Dragon and the Island of Berk.
Yes.
They have dropped some images for the meet and greet
This is-
to meet Toothless, the dragon, and Hiccup.
Wow.
Hiccup's our rider, but I'm pretty sure that this is like an animatronic situation for Toothless,
Yeah.
and I'm solidly getting Stitch vibes. Do you guys see it in his
Yeah.
mouth? His
Like,
his
yeah, like the
smile?
shape of his head, kind of,
Yeah.
right?
There's been more pictures since because, team members and their friends and family are actually getting to visit the parks now, as, what do they call it? Like a soft
I
opening?
got team member previews.
Previews, that's what it is.
Oh
So
my
we're seeing more and
gosh.
more pictures, and they say that like Toothless interacts with the fans, and like he nudges their hands, like he's a kitty cat trying to get more pets, and he
Wow.
purrs a little. I mean, I don't know what a dragon sounds like other than the movies. It was really cute. We watched a
Rawr.
bunch of the movies last week, and it was so thrilling for me. I really, really love this universe.
I mean, if he nudges your hand, it's like the movie coming to life.
Exactly. So I'm super stoked. And this
Right.
is not the only meet and greet that they're supposed to have, but it is the pictures that we have currently. I think last week we talked about, I think it was like 5 or 7 dragons that we're going to be able to meet throughout the park.
Mm-hmm. Stoked on
Very
this.
exciting.
That
I'm
is
so
so exciting.
I could cry. I'm so excited.
You're so excited. I love it.
And that's it. That's all I had for Outside of the
Yippee.
Berm. Was all How to Train Your Dragon.
Nice. Well, kudos to you. I'm excited for you to be excited. Should we climb up on
You're
this?
not excited?
I mean, I'm
better
interested
be.
in the technology. I want to see some of the ride
Yeah,
stuff
sure.
for it, but I'm gonna climb up on my social media soapbox and
Get on up there.
I've got 2 for you this week. One is a hot take. It's a do better take, and the other one is hopefully a pro tip that we can offer. And so the first one comes out of the Universal Orlando Pass Holder Group. And does somebody want to read this?
Oh, okay. It says do better, Universal Studios.
Oh.
Charging $120 for a Mardi Gras food card and then not having enough food booths to make it worthwhile. That's beyond disappointing, especially during our 30th anniversary celebration.
Your
During your anniversary
Same
celebration.
difference.
I was like, geez, they've been with their partner for 30 years. This is why they're angry about the food.
Because they're angry at their partner.
Guests came ready to enjoy the experience, only to be met with long lines, closed booths, and frustration. Universal, if you're going to charge premium prices, at least make sure there's enough food to go around. This isn't the guest experience we expect from a world-class theme park. Mardi Gras disaster.
Hold on a second. Before you jump up on your soapbox, sir, I would like to point a few things out. Number
out.
one,
Point it out.
what this commenter, they did leave their name. We're not calling anybody out today. What the commenter doesn't explain to those non-universal goers is that the $120 Mardi Gras food card, you pay $120, but you get $150 on the card, first and foremost. So that's a deal.
It's a 20% off deal.
That part aside, you don't only have to use it at the food carts. You can use it at actual restaurants. And so that's really what makes it a bargain for the frequent flyers is that
Right.
you get this $30 discount when you're arguably going to buy food. You're going to eat, right?
Real quick, what's the discount on food when you swipe your pass?
20%.
Ooh, good question.
Because you can stack your
So,
discount
and you're
with
stacking.
this.
Yeah, I didn't get there yet.
Oh, sorry, my
So
bad.
I wanted to highlight before you jump on your soapbox, and I wasn't sure you were going to touch on this. These are 2 very important context clues that the ranter is not explaining. Okay, so now your turn.
This ranter did get ripped apart in the comments.
Good.
They got. That's
Universal
why I didn't
is
include a
not the
link.
problem.
I grabbed a snip of this one because I knew this was going to go off the rails. They had to shut the comments down after hundreds of comments
Oh,
flooded
man.
in. I got
no
this is
reason.
less than 12 hours in, and they were flooded with attacks on this person. And as if you're commenting on social media, pro tip: if it goes sideways, just delete your
Yeah,
post.
back
You
out.
always have that
Bow
opportunity.
out.
Nobody's
We
gonna
all
be mad
make
at you.
mistakes.
Yeah, we're human. But this one thing that you didn't touch on is what's going on all over the country right now. What is everybody celebrating? Spring.
Easter's
Awakening.
amazing.
Spring break, yeah.
Spring break.
People are
Oh, so
celebrating
you're-
spring break, so
yeah,
they
the
went,
crowds and
and they're
stuff.
worried that they're mad at. They chose to go during one of the highest traffic times. Universal, Disney. There are long lines everywhere to go over the past week and weekend, and this person got lit up with some long lines.
Yeah, like I don't feel like their complaints are even very like not having
And-
enough food booths, so they're mad that that they didn't like the food that was there, or that there were some that were closed. Like if they ran out of food, I could see how that's potentially a complaint. But that's not what they said.
Universal does run out of food
Sure.
at the specialty booths. They don't.
Sure.
When you go into the restaurant, they still have that. Those things are stocked, but they're absolutely. You could go somewhere and they could run out of the specialty dish, and kudos to Universal for selling out of something.
Yeah.
It's
But it's just like not the only place to use the card. And
Correct.
so I wonder if this human doesn't realize that, because honestly, I don't buy the cards for the food booths. I'm not interested in the specialty food. I'm wanting to use that for the expensive ass restaurants, and I want to be able to stack my discounts.
that's
And-
where it comes in. Yeah,
How long is the Mardi Gras celebration?
It's like
But,
2
like-
months.
yeah. I think it's still going on,
So you
right?
can go back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Yeah,
maybe
so
they're not
I
local.
mean, your $120 value could be used over a couple of visits.
So it's $150 value
Value wise,
Okay.
yeah, it's
that you
valid.
pay 120. You get 20% off your $150 food gift card,
Right.
which
Okay,
takes it
okay.
down to 120, and then you can stack your discounts. So if you whatever food you buy, you can swipe your pass and get another 20% off your food.
Usually, yeah. There are some places that you can't, but for the most part, yes.
In park restaurants, sit down
In-park
dining, stuff like
restaurants,
that is always 20% off.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they did get ripped apart. And again, my tip here is, if you're gonna post something and it goes sideways, just delete it. It doesn't make sense to. just
But don't accuse
maintain
them
it.
of doing better. Like I feel like they should have done their homework better.
Yeah. On to the next one. This one comes from an anonymous, Hip Hop Anonymous.
Oh, I love the anonymous
Hip Hop
ones.
Anonymous.
Somebody want to read this one for me?
Oh, silly question. But how do y'all go about wearing your Magic Band Plus and your Apple Watch at the same time? One on each wrist.
You know, it's funny. I did wear one on each wrist, and I have also just foregone the Apple Watch.
Which one do you prefer?
Now that I have lost my Magic Band,
Decisions
prefer
have been
my
made
Apple
for
Watch.
you.
I'm gonna be real. When I wore my Magic Band, because I normally like to wear it on my left, or how I wear my watch.
Mhm.
Every time I went to go check the time, and I was like, "Oh, it's the Magic Band."
Sorry. Yeah,
So, I do prefer a watch.
I dig it. I dig it.
I would do left, right if I absolutely had to. Like when I don't even know where a band
I've
is
seen
right
you
now.
double
especially
it.
Since it's been, yeah, that's true. That's a lie. Let me explain. I'm
Mm-hmm.
right-handed, and like I would do the left, right, but I moved on for that, and I just double it up.
That makes sense.
'Cause I don't want things on my right wrist.
Mm-hmm. I got you. I was always afraid of it falling off. I don't wear an Apple Watch, but what I do have is for an Apple Watch. So they make the puck holder. So you just take the puck out of the you take the puck out of the Magic Band, and it slides into a silicone holder, and then that has a little band on the back of it, which then slides over your watch bands, your Apple Watch wristband, so you can wear them both on the same band and use in the same way.
Oh.
But what I do with that puck holder is I attach it to a badge reel, and so then I just clip it to my bag or my belt, and then I just pull it out and swipe it, and whoop, and it zips right back up the badge reel when I'm done. And that's how I carry my Magic Band. How about you, Ash? You have
Wow.
a more expensive.
It wasn't that expensive.
So isn't it Dooney and Burke?
It is Duty and Burke.
That's-
I got it for like $20 though.
Oh, you got it at the outlet.
Yeah, we got it at the outlet. Yeah, I've done either wrist. I've done doubling up. I'm mostly indifferent. I would always prefer my Apple Watch when I'm at the park because in my head I think it's just God, in case there's an emergency and I can't reach my phone, or also I just want to track my steps.
Yeah,
'cause
beam,
that's
beam me
important.
up, Scotty,
Ah.
with your watch.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, yeah.
You remember back in the day, like we were in the parks and you didn't have a cell phone or a watch.
No, I've blocked
Or
all
Magic
of that
Bands
out.
for that.
I do. I remember that. I remember when Magic Bands came out. I thought this is fucking brilliant. The ability for Disney to track your spending habits, and then they're data mining you. everywhere you go. And then at the end, they can send you a very specific and tailored marketing email. Hey, every time Natalie comes to the park and she swipes her magic band for X, Y, and Z at this, now we know we have the.
I mean, swipe it at what? They don't give fucking discounts. You swipe that bitch when you get in there, and you get your little sad ass 10% occasionally.
That's definitely something that Disney does not do well. Like, and so arguably, I have not figured out how to add my credit card to the Disney band.
You don't want to. Elon Musk and Doge are coming for all your information anyway.
They already have my information. Who doesn't think that China has our information? Who out here thinks that Elon Musk doesn't already have it?
January is very protected. January is locked like Fort Knox.
And her
I
firefighters.
want to be, but I'm not.
Yeah, no, I'm
I'm
not delusional enough to think that most of my data is not already out
But
there.
let's back up, because I know that this is a sore subject for Natalie. Park pass holder benefits is the sore subject for Natalie. She wants to have all the glory that is Disney, and I appreciate that. But she wants all the pass holder benefits that Universal offers.
No, that's not what I said. I never said that. Don't put words in my mouth. I said they continue to raise their prices and take away our benefits. Things that they used to do before that they either no longer do, or just they basically no longer do.
If from day one they had charged for things like FastPass, would you be upset? More upset?
It's more like, you can't miss what you never had. Then if that's what I had, then that's what you came into. But I'm not even talking about FastPass. Fuck a FastPass. Oh wait, those little things that they showed appreciation with, like I miss those little things. You know what I'm saying? Besides a new magnet, that's cute for your 0.5 cents that you're spending on these magnets. Wonderful. Thank you so much. As you continue to raise my rates, it makes me angry. It makes me angry because I love them so much and I hate them so much.
I hate them. I think it would be cool if they at least had some type of reward program, like, for all the dollars that I spend, can I at least get like some type of reward points?
That's called a Disney Visa card, ma'am.
Oh.
And you do get rewards
No,
for
it
that.
doesn't charge interest.
It does
You know
charge
what I'm
interest.
saying?
credit card.
It's such.
I wish there was a rewards program that wasn't a debt product.
No, ma'am.
So yeah, I think I've seen businesses take a freemium and turn it into a premium, and I've seen the backlash. And usually that backlash takes a few years to settle down, and that's because new users have to come into it and start to take advantage of those premiums. So I can empathize with you on that one now. I know what that's like. At this point, cost comparisons between the two parks, I don't know what the solution is, but I'd be very interested to hear your solution. If you want to, we should kick some ideas around, and next time I meet
absolutely not.
with
We're not
Josh.
because then you go down to retail and profit and blah blah blah. And we're definitely not playing these games. You can come up with solutions, and I'll let you know if I like them. That's what we can do.
Designed by dictatorship. I love it. One of my favorite, so I think, were we talking about this last time? Did I got my bacteria science kit?
I don't know that.
Yes, that's a pig. Yes. Have you started swapping stuff around the house yet?
No, I only have 10 agar plates, so I have to use them wisely in the first set before I go all in and purchase my electron microscope so I can look at the fecal matter that I swab at the parks. Alleged. So what are our guesses? Which park system do you think will be cleaner, Universal or Disney?
I just think
So between Disney and Universal.
Which park in Disney?
I want it to
Magic.
be Disney, so I'm going to guess Disney.
You're going to guess Disney as being the cleaner park?
But there's children.
That's what I'm saying. His children got them sticky ass fingers.
That's why I asked which park, because
In their diapers.
Magic. I'm going to test Universal Studios City Walk. One place on City Walk, 2 places in Universal, and 2 places at Islands. And then I'm going to go to Magic Kingdom, and I believe...
I don't know what you're looking at me.
I'm definitely going to... So some of the places that I'm going to test at like Magic Kingdom are going to be Sword in the Stone. Right? So I want to swab that one and see how dirty that is. And I'm going to compare that to like...
No, absolutely not. Those are another thing. Like, not only which park, but the actual attraction that you're swabbing, all those are factors. Because like something that like sort of is on this, like, that's filthy.
Yeah, and I'm going to test the inside of Jaws' mouth as a direct comparison. Also, there's a spot at Universal, which is a hands-on photo op. So you have to... Are you familiar with the Marmaduke cartoon comic?
No.
It's a big,
Marmaduke the dog.
yeah. And he has his leash, and it's like a rope, and you hang from this rope, and you're supposed to turn the picture
Filthy.
sideways
No.
to make it seem like the
The
dog
rope is
pulling you.
porous.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna test that one along with. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like the Sword and Stone. You might be like, that's gonna be gross. I think it's gonna be okay. It's a metal surface. It's not porous,
Right.
and it's in
Right.
direct sunlight compared to a rope that is fibrous and inside of like almost a shadow box.
Where bacteria just grows.
Correct, and also inside of Jaws' mouth. I think that my prediction is that we're gonna see.
All
We're
the
gonna
big
get.
fish.
Yeah, we're gonna get the equivalent of fecal matter inside of Jaws' mouth. That's my prediction.
How are we gonna know?
The way the cultures grow on the plates, you'll be able to tell when you get like
You have
a
to
single
analyze the bacteria.
a
on
single
the plate.
colony will be equivalent to fecal matter. Yeah, so that's my guess as far as which park will be cleaner overall. Man, we're gonna have to go over. I'm gonna have to think about some contact points that I'd like to discover or test.
What will your control be?
Define
Are we doing real experiment or we're doing?
what's my
We're just seeing results.
control. You mean like should I test my cell phone? What's the
What if your cell phone is the most dirtiest of all?
Oh, it probably is. I would like to test my cell phone one of the things I'd like to test in the future, my cell phone, and then my cell phone after I put it through a phone soap machine, which we have.
Soap
Oh.
machine?
Yeah, it cleans things with like a
It's like
the
the
light.
the UV light.
Yeah.
Do they call it
That's
soap?
bathing your phone.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's where we are. I'll keep you posted. If you're out there listening, I have a couple weeks before we end up at Disney next. We're going to Universal this weekend. We're going to go to Disney the subsequent weekend. So if you have a place for me to test, let me know, and I would be happy to try to work that in. I have 10 agar plates. I'm going to use 5 at Universal. I'm going to use 5 at Disney. One of those places at Disney is going to be Sword and Stone. So if you have a suggestion, shout it at me. All right. As we reach
50
the...
cups.
What's that?
50 cups.
Exactly. Natalie, I heard you went to the parks this week.
Yeah, we went to the parks.
Fucking
We went to the
lies.
parks, and we actually discovered. I don't know if it's available in every park. We went to Hollywood and Magic.
Whoa, 2
And-
parks that you don't normally go to? For our listeners, Natalie's holding up one finger. It is not any of the exterior digits or phalanges. It is definitely the centermost one.
Yes, we went to Hollywood twice. Actually, went to Hollywood twice, and Magic once. And at Hollywood, my second time around, I discovered this wall, and it said, "I'll tell you right now what it said: now featuring."
Now,
Because you know
featuring.
we're at Hollywood.
Previously they weren't.
Create your own. So what they have here is an area where you're able to create your own headband. And the headbands, everything of course is sold separately because
Disney.
it's the Disney way. And the band itself plain, if you're gonna just hold your hair back with no decor, that's starting off is $9.99. They have like black and let me see.
I love that you
black
can
is
just
actually-
buy the headband.
Right, exactly. Isn't that wonderful? They're so thoughtful. And then they have different sections of things to select from. They have from Minnie, Mickey, they have like Woody the Pooh Tigger, they have Anxiety in there. They have some of the aliens from Toy Story, they have Sadness. Oh, they have oh my god.
Oh. So
What's his name? Boo? Wait, no, what's it? What's the dog? Zero. They
Zero.
have Zero. They have Jack Skellington. And each piece that you purchase, those are $11.99 each. So you see some people that just like will latch on like 2 on there. You see some people that, go all out, maybe might add like 4 on there. It's your life. Live your best life. Step 1, you pick a band. Step 2, you pick the core. Step 3, you put that bitch together and wear it. Boom.
you know what gets me going here is how much do ears cost in general? You get a good set of ears and a headband. The going rate for them.
I mean, I think they're about like what,
$25.99.
35?
About 35.
25 or 35?
35. 35.
Right. I mean, it's about the same because at the 2 headbands, you're already at 24. I'm sorry, not the 2 decorations. You got 24 plus the headband, you're at 35. If you want to go extra beyond that, they're not. I mean, they did the same thing.
But that's where you're at. Like, so I think that's the beauty of this. So they show in the picture, they show 4. So they found a way to add another $24 to this. So now they've got a $58 headband. So if you're just rolling around that park with $58 on your fucking dome.
Well, I was going to say the ears aren't cheap either. Those
35.
start at 35,
Yeah.
but that's where they start. So it's not where they stop.
I just think this is very interesting because, and then you can like, how many people just buy 4? How many people buy 1 headband and then come back to the park and maybe they buy 3 more? Maybe for Halloween, you're going to get yourself some Jack, Sally, and Zero.
I mean, but it's interchangeable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So
the
you're
point.
just buying the
About
pieces. You don't have to buy more headbands unless you're specifically
Exactly. That's right.
looking for
That's
And
right.
then they can
Actually,
release limited
tell 'em.
edition pieces and continue to drive.
Oh, of course. This is like, I feel like 25 years from now, they're going to be celebrating the create your own bands.
Like pin trading, but create your own band.
good job, sir.
You gotta. I'm sure there's gonna be limited edition characters,
I have a
or like
question.
when they retire something like Figment or Orange Bird, you're never gonna see them again. Or so you might as well buy them now
mean-
and sell them on eBay later.
What are you
Just
pondering?
need a
Ashley?
Disney warehouse.
Isn't this the same thing that's at Universal?
I don't know.
Make your own headband.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot. So let's be clear here. These 2 parks are in the same vicinity and they're doing the same thing. They're living off of each other. If one does well, the other will do well, right? People who come to Disney and who are Disney centric will say things like, "I'm coming to Disney for a week, 4 days at Disney World and 1 day at Universal," right? And that's totally doable. But Universal is going to get some indirect business. Same thing with Universal. I'm coming to Universal for Epic, but while we're there for a week, we got 3-day park tickets. We're going to go to Disney for one of those days too. So they trade back and forth. They have the same pool of customers, and we're prime examples of that. Actually, we do both at the same level. We pay for the same amount of in terms of passes. But anyway. Anything else crazy happened to you at the park? You see any celebs?
Nah.
No. Did you have fun?
No.
Have you ever?
We had a good time. We actually got to see Mickey Mouse at Magic Kingdom.
Oh.
That's a
at
celeb.
Yeah, he's the star of the show. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Get together. But we actually had never done this experience before. Have you guys ever gone into like the theater when you enter Magic on the right? And that's where you meet Mickey.
Oh yeah. We go there because there's like a little shop there too,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
all the way to the right on the other side of next to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty
We
neat
met him.
space.
He did magic tricks for us.
That's
Nice.
cool.
Awesome.
He was just Mickey. That was nice.
I love that. I love that for you.
Sometimes you just need time with classic Mickey.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, folks. Does this sound like a good place to end?
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was a good time. It was a good time. We didn't go out.
All right, guys, stay dank.
Stay
job.
dank.
Stay
And that wraps up another magical episode of the DANK Pod. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen. Find us on the gram at the DANK Pod and send any questions, comments, or suggestions to thedankpod@gmail.com. We hope you enjoyed our chats and Disney adult takes on Walt Disney World. Remember, even as adults, we're all just kids at heart when it comes to the magic of Disney. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, stay dank.